Out of all the slasher franchises out there, I feel like this one gets overlooked the most. There's so much, in fact, that I forgot to go on with the second movie after I reviewed the first one. So that's what we're doing here today. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hello. You hear that? Must be midnight. Hey everybody, it's Drewsky McGillicuddy. And that's right, I decided to pick up where I left off with the Stepfather franchise with the Stepfather Part 2. Is it popping up over here? Yeah. Gary, will you get the hell out of here? Like, the dogs are being quiet. Why can't you? So the Stepfather Part 2 takes off pretty much after the first one. And if you don't remember the first one, it's about this guy, right? He's crazy. He kills his family. And then he moves on to another family, gets in good with them, and then he kills them. So in this one, he wakes up in the mental asylum because he's having a flashback of the first movie. You get it? He's having a flashback of the first movie. That's how we recap the first movie in this movie, is we have a flashback scene, and he wakes up, and his hairline's just a little more receded. It looks a little different, and he manages to somehow break out of this maximum minimum security mental asylum where you would think a guy that like brutally murdered all these people would be under more strict supervision than what he was under. But he kills his doctor, and the guard watching him watch his doctor, and he makes his escape, okay? And then somehow he picks up the identity of this guy that he pretty much carjacks, has a wallet full of money. He takes his credit cards and somehow assumes his identity, so to speak. And then somehow, I don't know how, I mean, it's a movie, so I can suspend my disbelief. He goes on to this neighborhood where he becomes a psychiatrist, and he leases this $250,000 brand new for 1989 film, because this movie, brand new for 1989 house. And the realtor is played by none other than Meg Foster, who you might remember from a bunch of other horror films. But the most memorable thing about Meg Foster is she has the most striking eyes in film history. I've never seen such beautiful green. Are they green? Like, what are they? What are they? They're fucking beautiful is what they are. But anyway, back to the movie review. It's also got Stretch, whatever, Carolyn Williams, is that what her name is? I don't fucking know. But Stretch from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. And the funny thing is, Jeff Burr is the director of this movie, and he directed Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3, and Pumpkinhead, Wings of Blood, Pumpkinhead 2. Yeah, anyway, don't worry about any of that stuff. Worry about the fact that Terry O'Quinn is back at it again. He's back, and he's ready to fall in love again. And it just so happens that he's got his eye on Meg Foster, and he rents this house in her neighborhood. She happens to live right across the street. And then you got Carolyn Williams. She's the mail lady. She goes around delivering the mail. And they all decide that, you know what? We're going to go tell this complete stranger all of our sorrows and woes, because he's a psychiatrist. So they all go over, and then him and her slowly start flirting. Her husband walked out on him with like his secretary or somebody that's like 20 years younger than him. And they ran off, and he was gone for a year. So he kind of consoles her and takes advantage of the fact that she's a recently divorced. I guess I don't know if she's divorced or just the fact that she was separated from her husband. But he takes advantage of that and like it's got Jonathan Brandis. Did I mention that? And if you don't know who Jonathan Brandis is, he's one of the greatest child actors of all time, probably number one, right next to Corey Haim. But oh my God, I used to love Jonathan Brandis, and if not to stop talking about the Stepfather 2 to talk about Sidekicks, one of the absolutely hands down my favorite Chuck Norris movie. Oh no, I'm getting it right here live on television. That's not from getting sick. I was doing something earlier that it's none of your business. So Jonathan Brandis plays, what's his name, Meg Foster's son, and she invites Terry O'Quinn over for dinner, as you would, starting to like a guy, you want him to come over for dinner, you miss cooking a meal for, somebody other than yourself, so he comes over for dinner. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, he comes over for dinner, and Jonathan Brandis is kind of being standoffish. He misses his dad. It's like, who's this guy to come into my house, have dinner with my mom? Understandably. So he goes outside, he starts throwing his ball. Well, he's slinging it like this, and then trying to catch it. And then Terry O'Quinn comes down and like, hey, your mom wants you to knock that shit off, technically. But here, let me show you how to do it better. And he throws it. He does some dad stuff and shows him how to throw it overhand. So anyway, one thing leads to another, obviously, and the two fall in love. He's so good with the kid, but then here comes Dad back into the picture. Dad comes back into the picture, but then, he disposes of Dad, It's basically the same movie as the first one, but it was sort of different, because it's different, right? It's different. I don't know. But for some reason, I like the characters in this movie better than the characters in the first one. But yeah, they get obviously they fall in love, they're going to get married. And then that's when things get kind of crazy because, remember Stretch from earlier? She's a snooping ass bitch and starts going through his mail and finds out that he went to an all-black high school and that the person that his name is does not exist in reality. So she tries to tell Meg Foster's character, hey, we don't know anything about this guy, and you're what do you know about him? She's like, well, I know that I love him. And it's like, well, you're gonna get yourself killed. So that's pretty much what happens. And then we get to this climax at the wedding because he had to dispose of Stretch because she was being a snoopy ass bitch going through his mail, and he finds that out, and he steals a bottle of wine, which he shouldn't have stole the bottle of wine because apparently only her parents sent her that on her birthday, and Meg Foster's character knows that, and then later on he's drinking that wine, she sees that, and then at the wedding her parents sent them the wine as a gift. Not to spoil the movie, not to spoil the fucking movie, but this came out in 1989 if you ain't never seen it. Anyway, but you can put two and two together. She figures out what the fuck's going on, and he's like, why is this gotta be so goddamn difficult? All I wanted to do was love you and take care of you, and now I gotta fucking kill you. So he tries to kill her, and then we get to the climax of the movie, and then if you want to know what happens, all you gotta do is find out for yourself by watching this because it's free on Tubi. Devon Graham, I'm sorry. I do not own a physical copy, and I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to come in the mail when all I got to do is watch one 30-minute ad to watch one of the finest acted slashers of the 1989s. I mean, because it's very well directed. It's not like your cheesy, hokey Friday the 13th slashers, even though I like those better than these whatever more suspenseful drama-filled type slashers. But the performances in it, like Terry O'Quinn or whatever the hell his name is, it's O'Quinn, right? I don't know. But just his performance, he's just the perfect, so charming and you could see him being, the kid next door's dad or something like that. But then it turns out he's an absolute fucking lunatic. So overall, it's been a while since I reviewed the other one, and I'm pretty sure I liked it. I liked it a lot because it's pretty good. I even liked the remake, but this one so far has been my favorite of the franchise, and I gotta give it an 8 out of 10 because I'm putting a number on it, even though I should just come up with those fancy slogans like all these other cool YouTubers. But hey, we can't all be fucking cool, okay? So anyway, is there anything else I need to mention? Is there anything else? Anything else? The obligatory sex scene, yeah, because it's got that. Oh, because he's like, oh shit, how do you get it down? Oh my god, I hope to God that would be great if I could find the clip.
What do I have to do? Why is this so hard? Haven't I said that I love you? Haven't I been like a father to that boy? I even had sex with you, for God's sake!
But I highly doubt it, because my YouTube downloader thingy that I use to have fancy clips pop up has been just pissing me off, okay? So anyway, if you've liked this video, please click these buttons. Help me out. Tell your friends about the channel, all right? And then, like I said, I need your dollars. If you got like $1, just think about it. Just give me $1. That's $12 a year. And then if everybody did that, I'd have enough money to buy better equipment and possibly figure out what the hell I'm doing. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks to my patrons in this rough time. You've been helping me get my SpaghettiOs with the meatballs. I don't know. I don't know anymore.